welcome to some goddamn weird little cars. What the hell's going on here?
Those are the DTM 92. Very fun, very active car on a tiny little track.
92, is that like the amount of cc's in the engine?
That would be the year.
Very nice.
And we're at Brands Hatch, the Indy layout. Unfortunately, Raceroom, that's the only layout they have for that car.
That sounds like some lame crap as fuck. And on screen and on the microphone, we have with me the man, the myth, the Martin, the lean, mean poutine machine himself.
That is me.
With us, joining us for actual race insight and possible knowledge is Paolo Ricardo Bongo.
Hey now, I would not expect too much actual knowledge, but I will try and chime in with something.
Hey, he was in that race, and he was pretty dominant, as you can see there. He's ahead of Stoff. Yeah.
Giggity.
I don't know how that
Stoff's
works.
losing it. Psh, that
Stuff
guy.
it to you.
Well,
stuff it in your mouth.
Definitely interesting, anyway.
He happens to be driving the most challenging of the DTM cars in that Mustang, actually.
Oh, that's true, that's true.
He does like the Mustang.
He loves the Mustangs.
The problem with the Mustang on a track like this is, well, it's not at its utmost place. Like, it shouldn't be on a small track. It should be
Exactly.
big,
It craves
long...
a straight, and there just isn't one here.
Now, I have a serious question.
Yes.
Is it advantageous to be on DMT while driving a DTM?
I got a feeling that is some kind of drugs.
Correct.
My insight would say yes.
I actually at one point could say the entire chemical name of it, but I can't anymore. It basically is, you ever heard of ayahuasca?
Oh, yeah. That's where we won't get into the results of when you take that, but I know what happens.
Yeah, very much so. Well, DMT is the active ingredient that makes all of the really cool stuff happen.
Cool stuff.
You can really, apparently, like DMT, you can do whatever you need, and it'll last like 15 minutes, and you're in and you're out, and you've had a whole experience. Whereas ayahuasca, whoa, that's an avalanche of retarded nonsense.
Yeah. The ayahuasca that is pretty hardcore. If you don't know the side effects of that, you may want to do some research.
So we
not for
forgot to mention the grid there. Leandro's starting, and then it's Paul Riccobetti on the second place, Mike Stoffmill in third, Alejandro Silvera in fourth, Martin Edmonds in fifth, Guillermo Otero in sixth, and well, we're about to go now. Red, and go!
I'm going to predict that everybody crashes and then Toby Howard finishes first.
Oh, it was a challenging race. So to make the challenge even more interesting there, Byron.
So many people on the ground. Sorry, what?
It's a short race of 15 minutes, and then we're taking off again on the second race with reverse grid of top 8. And then there's another race after that with another reverse grid. So
very nice.
Nice and tight racing, as you can see right here.
My question is, all of these little box cars, and then there's this one dude who happens to have a slightly aerodynamic front end from Holland. Slightly interesting.
Which car would that be?
Well...
Talking about the Mustang?
Yeah. It's really weird to see like an American car somewhat aerodynamic, and everybody else from Europe not aerodynamic at all.
Well, he has the most aerodynamic look and the worst cornering vehicle on the track.
Well, I mean, yeah, they use pig iron and hatred for fucking shocks.
He has a lot of powers on those straight there, as you'll see.
Yeah, if he gets a chance to step on that throttle, that thing is a rocket ship.
And there's a spot right here. That's the longest straight.
I'm enjoying the fact that it says Durka Durka Muhammad Jihad on the side of this car.
So this turn right there is quite challenging. If you miss it just by an inch, you are off in the sand, in the grass. You're gone.
I have hundreds of attempts at that, and so many are wrong. It's just, it's just such, I mean, like Martin says, 1 inch and it's all over.
Yeah, you brake just a little too early, you're at the wrong speed, the wrong angle, you're screwed. Well, that's what made this race so much fun.
These are some of my favorite cars to race. They're loose, they're fast, they're fun. They can take some banging. And
are we talking about the ex-girlfriend here or a car? They're loose.
Byron, help me out.
I would like to state for the record that Paolo is a highly respected member of the insert thing. Oh, God!
Dirty Paul. I saw that.
See, I stalled for just enough time.
It looked like Rick Benny was in the lead and Stoffmule tapped the rear end, but...
Looks
what
like
you
closed the door. Oh, man. No, I'm kidding.
There might have been a little door closing.
Hey, it happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in third place we have Martin Minty Fresh Edmonds.
Really fresh, but hey, here comes the other Mustang, Mr. Mauricio Delgado. I'm not familiar with him. I'm guessing he's part of that group with Leandro.
Mauricio Shogun Delgado.
What's the name of that group again? Oh my god. Loco L Simu X, something like that. Nice guys.
A likely story. I do like his paint job, though. Well done.
Oh, here comes Stoffman back. He's
the South African assassin. Rochelle Gear Down Guerin.
That was great driving on both of those to go too wide through that corner and nobody went off track. I'm impressed.
Solid. Almost better than that Mini today.
Yeah, right.
If you tried side by side with that thing, you are gone. Juan Major driving the same car as you there, Paul.
Yeah, we got matching liveries, teammates there.
Does this say
Isn't that quick?
Did you give him the setup? Help him out, man.
I'm not giving him any secrets. He's got too much speed already.
Good call. Juanito Mayor. He's got Zach speed powers.
Alright, so now that Mike is not here, Byron, you can give us some dirt.
Oh!
You know,
well,
he's not there, so spill it out to everyone.
He's extremely short, and so is his hair. Oh. Hey, little rubbing his raisin.
Lucky Chop got lucky.
Lucky Lamb Chop.
It's part of the fun of these cars. You can see people are kind of banging around, but nobody's getting destroyed.
That is good. I enjoy that a great deal.
Yeah.
I see nobody's gone for my Friday night drop-in, hit-to-pass idea, so, I mean, stop chickening out, people.
Stoffmule pulling the exact same move. That Mustang, that power down the straight, he just kills it in turn one there.
Damn.
Friday night drop-in, hit-to-pass, 3-drink minimum.
All I could see when I was looking at the timer at the top is Stoffmule passing one after the other driver. Like, he's coming back. He's gonna get me too. Paul, what happened there? You were not able to recover. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, took me a little longer to get out of that little incident we had.
That's all right. If you get up into 8th place, you're good to go.
Yeah, that's right. Are you gonna make
that's
it
all
up
I'm
to
looking
8?
for is 8th place.
What is with the top 8? Like, you know, I understand like a top 5, top 10. Why 8?
It's because of the size of the grid. If we had 30 people, it might be different. But with 14, 16, 20-ish, you kind of want to have the top driver that are able to hold their own. If they end up in 1st place for some reason, because they were in 8th place, well, we want people in the mid-pack that are able to race very well, so that it doesn't cause too many incidents.
I think you should do it a D&D drop-in style, so roll a D10, and whatever that comes up, that's the reverse grid.
Actually, Raceroom now, you can actually put in and import your grid on what position what people are going to be on for each race before the race, so it might be a good idea.
Oh, so
Random
you can
chance.
pre-select your grids?
Yeah. You just have to have everyone's Steam ID, and then you can put it into place. I'm not sure what happens if someone who's not on that Steam list jumps in, but it'd be interesting to test it. We've never used it, but it's there. It's a new option. Untested, so if someone tried it out there, let me know if it works or not. I am not aware how it works.
Comment on the video. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the video, and or comment on your views on the D&D drop-in idea.
Byron would roll a charismatic dice, and it's a four-sided die.
Do you get charisma bonuses? Because I mean, I'm in there.
Yeah.
None of my actual D&D characters ever will work out, but.
Well, it's not a wrestling simulator. It's
This is also true. I am a sort of over in the wrestling sim.
Alright, there we go. We managed to get a different camera angle. See if that's actually pretty good.
I do like it. It's very cinematic.
Oh, we still need the chopper sound.
No, it's giving me flashbacks to Vietnam. I mean, all the Vietnam movies I've seen.
Yeah, I'm starting to hear a Fortunate Son right now in my head.
Actually, you know what? When that kind of scenario comes together in my brain, it actually goes Tropic Thunder, and I start hearing, is it The Temptation or The Four Tops? I can't remember. Ball of Confusion. Anyway, it starts playing Ball of Confusion, not Fortunate Son in my head.
Yeah, Fortunate Son is forever associated with Vietnam now.
User joined your channel.
No matter what we do.
Oh my god, Miodred has shown up, and he has no idea what we're doing.
Hey,
None
Mike.
whatsoever.
Mid-race, he popped in.
Yeah,
What a
race.
dick.
There's 6 minutes left on race 1. That's what we're commentating here. Leandro Carroll is in first place. Elvera, very fast guy, in second place. And then it's me. It's not supposed to be there. Because the Stomph and Rico Beni took each other out. Lovely.
Enjoyable.
That's fair enough to say we each did it.
Yeah, that's true. So, Mike, if you want to join, we are at 12 minutes and 40 something.
Well, if you find the end of the first race and let us know your timestamp, we'll count you in when the end of the first race is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it's worse. You're
There's
bad at math.
5:20 left in here. You want to get earlier?
5:14, 13, 12. Are you that behind there, Paul?
No, I'm at 5:07.
Yeah, there you go.
Yo.
That's good.
Nerds. Just find the end of the first race.
There's
That's
Johnny
what I'm.
Major now.
That's what I'm doing.
Do it. Oh, you are doing it. There's two cars in here that who say Deus Vult. I think they're gonna go to the Holy Lands and crusade.
Nice
Oh, it's a
power
nice slide.
there.
I like Juanito Mayor coming around sideways.
Paul recovered.
Yeah,
quite
grip is
nicely.
not a big part of these cars.
Enjoyable. Oh, actually, it might have been you, Paul. I just noticed that you're ahead of Juanito. Paulo Juanito.
I think Johnny's been closing the gap on me, though.
Giggity.
Boy, there's a lot of things I've said in this race I want to take back.
Yeah, I mean, that's my job, is to make people regret ever coming on commentary. Car lube. I just noticed that giant fucking banner that says car lube. How hilarious.
You love it, don't you?
Car lube, not just for your grandma no more.
That was the only Audi in this race. Mr. Toby Howard almost getting run by Mr. Stoffmill on the lap. Getting
Yeah,
It
last
still
minute,
says-
Toby switched to the Audi to make sure that it had some presence on the grid. That was nice of him.
Indeed.
It was
Still-
a mistake.
Yes.
Still
It's a
enjoying the
terrible
dirty
car,
burger
but it was still
Mojo.
nice of him.
Paul, I thought you were trying to get to 8th place.
I'm in 8th.
I know, but you're pushing pretty hard here to get back to Mauricio. Oh, it's gonna happen. Nope,
You know what happens once you start racing.
that's true.
I got Johnny Major trying to take 8th place from me, so can't let that happen.
Come on, Major. That camera angle is sweet. Oh, back to chopper cam. Following Mr. Lucky Chop here in 11th place. So the person there, M. Ali, is actually Muhammad Ali. That's his full name. Nickname on Discord is Knight. Is that right? Or String?
Isn't that Strings?
Strings. That's him. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't figure out who it was.
Somebody's been reading some Steven Erikson. Very nice. I approve. Until proven that I'm wrong about that assumption.
I'm not sure.
If you're not reading Steven Erikson, the Malazan novels, I Can't Help You With Life, you have fucked up.
What is this book?
There's a series of novels by a man named Steven Erikson called Malazan Book of the Fallen. They are high fantasy. I'm going to warn you right now. He does not explain shit, and it's up to you. So he drops you in, and the first novel starts, you're the kind of the tail end of this long-ass war, and then stuff starts happening. Get him, Stoffmill. Give him a little pushy push.
That aerodynamic bumper is doing a lot of work.
Is that the push to pass thing that you were talking about there?
Yeah, hit to pass? Yeah. If you don't know hit to pass, you need to look that up online.
Oh, yeah, Stoffmill definitely got the pace on here.
I do like the Brandon Sanderson way of high fantasy. Drop you in the middle of things, confuse the living fuck out of you, and if you get halfway through the book, then he'll explain it.
Yeah. The thing with Steven Erikson, though, he never explains. It's like he's just going to keep... As soon as you think you have a handle on the timeline and the scope of time related to these novels, he'll, in 2 novels' time, he'll drop something else, and you're like, oh no, my brain just went sideways again.
The director cut out at the very unfortunate time there. Paul and Mr. Delgado were getting into a very dangerous spot. Oh!
Guillermo.
Hey, we went at it for quite a while here.
Alright, Mike, we are at 45 seconds at race 1, almost finished.
I'm at 20 minutes and 19 seconds.
Nope, you're about 2.5 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Excellent.
There's 30 seconds to go. Alessandro has made a small mistake and is behind Edmonds now.
It's Alejandro.
He's really fast. Mr. Carroll gave him all of his tricks and setup, and they've been racing and practicing together. He doesn't make many
really?
mistakes.
Yeah. He was very quick.
Yeah.
Leandro was incredibly fast and consistent.
At this moment right there, I wish the race was actually over. And unfortunately, there was another lap. I thought it was done.
I'm sure your tires were also open. The race is over.
Actually, they held up pretty good.
Say ciao to Frenchie.
Surprising. And here we go now. The very last lap. Leandro's probably past the starting line at this point. Can Silvera get it done?
9. A tic-tac car is minty fresh, cannot be passed.
And let's cut away from that. That's boring.
Oh, what the fuck?
He took it.
Why, race director? Why have you done this to me? Again.
Alright, well, who finished 8th in the end? Was it Mauricio or Paul?
Yes.
Delgado, I took 7th place.
Well, there you go.
Mike, what's your timestamp again?
20 minutes, 19 seconds.
Alright, we're
Coming up.
approaching. Alright, race is almost over. Rachel Garen's getting through the finish line here. And we have the race results. So, Leandro Carroll.
19 seconds.
Leandro Carroll is finishing first, Silver in second. Martin taking the third step of the podium there. Mr. Stoffmill almost mounted a comeback to the podium, finished 4th. And then we have Guillermo Medeiros, Paul Ricobeni in 7th. You're going to start second there.
Go.
Alright, we're back to the garage with 53 seconds, 52 to go. And we're going to give the control back to the man, the legend, the myth, or the guy from Ontario somewhere.
The man with the mic.
That's right. That guy.
I feel both minimized and maximized at the same time. It's very weird.
It's
That
weird.
was
It's
the
like
point.
you're breathing in helium but taking the John Jones special.
Pictograms.
Damn pictograms though.
Alright, here we go. Red, red, red.
And
we go.
Microphone muted.
Everybody is off at this point around the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit.
Wrong. I mean, no, you're right.
This is a whopping, 48-second lap?
Microphone
I
active.
mean,
It's
if you
about
look
right.
You have 46.
Yeah.
Very short track. One of the shortest tracks in all of Raceroom.
So I'd like to point out I had one of the most insane start in the history of ever. 'Cause
Going
I
all the way up
was-
to third place.
Yeah,
Second, it looks like.
yeah, there we go.
Where'd you start?
Well, if I finish
Sixth, I
third,
think.
19th.
6th, yeah. Well,
So
that's-
four spots on the first lap. Very nice.
That's very good.
Ricky Betty Watch, almost up to 2 full seconds of a lead. Holy shit, eat a bucket of like distasteful genitalia. Your choice. I mean, I'm not here to judge.
Microphone.
Well, I mean, to Paul's sorrow though, Muhammad Ali is falling back, so he's losing his cushion.
Well, I mean, somebody needs to throw a leaping right hand.
That could be something that would be a good plan.
I enjoy plans that are good.
I see the BMWs are doing really well. Is that a feature of the car, or is this just a case of the good drivers are in BMWs?
This
Bribery.
track is perfect for the BMW. It's the most
Correct.
nimble car,
Microphone muted.
and it's just really not enough of a straight anywhere to really take advantage of the power of a Mustang or even the Mercedes, which has a little bit more, but the BMW is just custom built for this.
All right, so it is indeed. It's a little bit of good drivers, but it's also a little bit of it's a car that really suits the track. That's good to know.
Oh yeah,
No-
well, no
no,
doubt. Leandro and Silvera, they're very fast drivers in his BMWs.
Extreme.
Well, like I even noticed it like Muhammad Ali, who I've raced with a couple of times, and Wayne Medeiros, who I raced with a lot. They did notably quite well. Although Lucky Chop and Dixon Hurst didn't exactly get great results in race 1.
I believe it's actually pronounced Luciano Chopin.
Chopin, very very fancy. No opals in the field. Why no opals? No love?
Not hard enough.
I thought somebody had selected the Opel, and I don't think they made the race.
Yeah, someone signed up with it.
Sound muted.
Tucker
Sound
jersey?
muted. Microphone muted.
No. Well, probably actually, because Opel, of course, big car brand. It's a Ford. Basically, it's a Ford.
Martin, did you go wide there and lose a spot?
Microphone
Yes.
activated.
Well, I mean, in fairness, he's just lost spots to Carroll and Stoffel, so... I mean,
I gotta
that
choose
seems
my
al-
battle.
that seems almost inevitable, if we're being honest.
I wish we could get a close up on Toby's car. When he comes around the corner for these extended shots, his livery looks cool as hell. But I want a closer look.
It's like just a silver with red, really. It's nothing particularly
That's why I
amazing.
want a closer look.
That's also the thing that probably works against the Audi as far as people picking it, is that all the Audis look the same.
Racist.
There's one livery. That's it.
There is one livery with a different number, and that's it.
That
Same with the
is-
Opel.
Oh, hey.
A little bit of contact there with Mustang going off. I guess that would have to be Mauricio Delgado.
Let's see.
Absolutely.
By process of elimination, there are 2 Mustangs, and it wasn't Mike Stockmill, so there we go.
Rickabenny watch, 2.5 seconds of lead time, soft meal, eat a dike. I mean, like the whole earthenware,
Whoa!
Listen, wait, did I step in some stuff?
There was a Mercedes off the track there. I don't know who it was. It was one of the gold and green ones, but I see there's a couple of those in the field.
Activated.
I have to actually address something. Stoffmail claims to be above sea level where he lives. It's clearly not true.
What, like a foot?
He claims a couple of meters.
I do actually really like the camera view that we're getting around Druids here. That kind of side cam shot there, Druids. Very nice.
For anybody who didn't understand the last 2 jokes, Stoffmail's from Holland. Look up some stuff on Wikipedia. Don't get angry in the comments. Or do. Your choice.
It's your choice.
We call him, from now on, Mike will be known as Dirty Bob Driver.
Dirty Bob Driver, yeah!
But we're not going to compare him to Gilbert Ivel, because that would be rude.
That would be mean.
I mean, Dirty Bob's Dirty Bob. He's clearly a horrible person.
Dirty Bob knows what he's doing. Gilbert Ivel,
Yeah.
not convinced does.
He's an unhinged psychopath. Which is clearly the opposite of actually being a psychopath, but whatever. Unhinged sociopath. Anybody?
It's interesting to see the number of different lines that are being used through Clark Curve. Normally in a race, you see more or less a relatively established driving line, but a couple of corners here at Brands Hatch can get very variable, which is really interesting.
If
Also,
Clark Curve is that...
never really realized that Druids turn so much that the track actually just continues on the other side of Paddock Hill Bend. Never actually realized that until now.
What's this about Druids?
Is this Clark
the
Curve
name.
here? This right-hander?
Clark Curve is the last turn.
This one right here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty much you just hit the brake as hard as you can, throw the car in, and step on it, and whoever it ends up, it usually goes.
So, am I to understand that there's a portion of the track called Druids?
Yes, turn 2 is called Druids.
And Raceroom didn't default everybody's driver skin to an actual hooded druid? Come on! Help me out here.
Druids is it's the turn they're going through right now. That's Druids.
I'm saying there should be literally, instead of that guy, instead of the race attendant, there should be a druid.
There absolutely should. That is a horrendously missed opportunity.
Jeez, I know it's a racing sim, but come on, help me out here. Put a little flavor on there.
That would be an interesting
sprinkle a little
flavor.
cumin on that.
That'd be an interesting flavor. I like that. There's a Rochelle Guerin train going on here. She's holding up 3 cars.
Well done. Girl, you worked that booty.
I was wondering if anyone was going to jump on that.
I've had too much whiskey not to. It's I'm not even sorry.
Ooh, little
Nice
contact.
little push there by Medeiros.
Yeah, Wayne
Semi-legal.
Medeiros, he's a Brazilian driver, sir. He's gonna get physical. That's how that works.
Wayne of fools.
So just a side note for people that are still watching, on race 1 I realized that every time I clicked microphone muted it would play the audio. So sorry about that during the recording of race 1, I've changed that now.
You were the best. Yeah,
That's why I go with push to talk versus push to mute.
Yes, that would have been the better call. So it probably
That's
happened
kind of what I said to do.
a dozen times in race 1, I apologize.
You are the worst.
Mauricio and Rochelle scrapping over 9th place. Will the Ford Power prevail against the Mercedes?
Oh yeah, you just gotta put the front bumper into the rear bumper and push forward.
That's an option.
It does seem to be the Mustang passing technique here.
Yup. Mauricio Delgado from Texas. I think is that the Texas flag?
I seem to recall
That's,
seeing
Chile.
something in the Stewart
The
channel.
Chile. I get confused between Texas, Puerto Rico, and Chile.
I'm pretty sure Texas and Puerto Rico don't have their flags in Raceroom, so easy enough.
That's the joke. The Chilean sea bass.
The man whose name I really need an explanation on, Guillermo Taylor.
Well, he is Argentinian by way of the West Midlands. And or his parents or grandparents randomly showed up in Argentina right around 1946. No explanation needed.
The Stoffmill watch. He's still chasing Paul Riccobeni. Kind of want to see that. Oh,
to
boy.
be well, he's not even really catching Paul though. Paul's like it's kind of going back and forth. Like Stoffmill's reeling him in right now, but then it goes out again. So Paul's holding his own.
So what you're saying is Paul has that large Richard energy.
Yes, he does.
Giggity.
Mr.
Paul,
Taylor
we're
there.
gonna do like a pee in a cup here after the race.
So
we can
I
make sure that
suspect
you are cheating.
I suspect that Delgado and Guerin had an incident because they are now behind Johnny Major, Lucky Chop, and Dixon Hurst,
Yes.
and they are very behind. So
Well,
that's just
Alejandro
that came to
went
blows.
wide there, almost lost the car.
Paddock Hill Bend
Yes,
is
I-
an unforgiving mistress.
I believe Johnny was even collected in the Delgado Guerin incident.
Yeah.
He appears to have come out better than they did, so. But you are quite possibly correct, because he's about 5 seconds behind Dixon Hurst, and they were, in a train before, so. Unless he's suddenly forgotten how to drive, I would say that he probably was caught up in the accident.
This is a familiar battle, same as race 1, right? Holding off
Yes.
Indeed.
Alejandro?
Alejandro versus Martin Edmond.
Well, I had to decide if I was going to actually really block him or not. It was race 1. Let's be polite.
Put it in the wall!
I did not realize Tic Tac sponsored cars back in the 90s.
Oh yeah, they sponsored the Jordan F1 team at one point.
Oh, that's wild.
The story behind the Jordan livery was literally Eddie Jordan decided, I want to have a green car with the colors of the Irish flag. Bring me a catalog of all the businesses that have those colors in their logo, and we're going to make this happen. And as a result, he wound up with Tic Tac and 7-Up and Fujifilm.
Pretty good lineup.
Very nice. Mike, the encyclopedia.
He also extorted a free car out of Porsche, so that's always fun. And money.
These are all good things.
Well, the original name for the 1991, which was the first season of Jordan F1, car was the 911, which of course is the famous Porsche car. And Porsche was like, no, you got to change that. And he's like, well, it's going to cost me money to change it. They're like, fine, we'll pay you $1 million and give you a free Porsche 911. He said yes, and then just went and changed the paperwork for no cost, so extorted $1 million on a car.
Sounds like good business practices to me.
Solid.
Eddie Jordan's entire run as an F1 team owner was great. Also, his tendency to use like really ladies at his car launches was always fun.
I would be on board with that.
But sadly, his
get
team
'em.
has not existed for about 14 years now.
Sounds like a major missed opportunity. As Guillermo goes weird
Oh, is
twirly
that Toby over there in the
turnpike.
grass?
That is Toby in the grass, yes. I suspect Toby might be just getting out of the way to let some people through.
He's having a picnic. You leave him alone.
Well, I mean, he's currently 20 seconds behind with, a little under a minute and a half to go. I would say that it's probably fair that he's just, trying to keep his nose clean and enjoy the race.
He's having a picnic. He got some bratwurst and just stone ground mustard, and he's having the charcoals and the things.
Cue the Luke Thomas, those who enjoy yellow mustard are troglodytes.
Whoa. I mean, racist.
Actually,
Leandro's
it was
getting pretty tight to Stoffmill here.
I would honestly look that bit up. It's the Luke Thomas's mustard rant. He gets really, really animated, and it's hilarious.
I like all forms of mustard.
It's like
I
it's like if there are no grains in your mustard, you are a troglodyte. Well, the weird thing about the whole Luke Thomas mustard rant is that he was just talking about a UFC card. He's an MMA journalist, for those who do not know who Luke Thomas is. And someone in his chat asked him about mustard and just set him off. It was hilarious.
That is pretty great. But we can't gloss over the fact that Paul Riccobeni's about to smoke the shit out of Mike Stoffmill.
Indeed, Paul beating.
That's exactly what I would call it. Smoking the shit out of Stoffmill. Yeah, I like that, Byron.
Blew his doors off. Stoffmill might as well retire. What an embarrassment to humankind.
Has been.
Overrated.
I mean, I as much as I would like to give Paul credit, Paul, you're also losing ground to a guy who's fighting for position. Would you like to explain this?
Yeah, because I
Overrated.
realize that there's one lap left and there's no reason to throw the race away.
Okay. You're just pacing yourself. That's fair enough.
Absolutely. This is
We're
what
gonna
you
have to
do, Mike.
we're gonna have to go check the log file to verify that. Though.
He's trying not to turn his tires into chutney.
I
Unlike some
believe
people.
if I had the fastest lap, or pretty close to it, so. Boy, he
Yeah.
likes to rain on your
Yours.
parade, doesn't he, Byron?
I mean, he is very, very pedantic.
I mean, here we are for once talking about how bad Stoffmill is as a driver.
I refuse to let you talk bad about my teammate in Godzilla
he's-
Racing.
He's
That's what
atrocious.
happened.
He's short. He's probably German.
He's not short,
And
but
he
is
below
very light.
sea level.
He's below sea level. Therefore, his bones are probably substandard.
Mm-hmm.
Probably he is very, very light. He's like my height and like 60 pounds lighter. It's
That's
weird.
pretty grotesque.
It's grotesque.
You're describing a literal spider person.
Maybe that's how he races so fast. He's actually got he's got 8 legs.
He's got hollow bones.
Hollow
Just-
bones, that's the secret to speed.
There you go. Just don't crash. You're just gonna die.
Oh, look at that crushing.
Oh my goodness! Paul Riccobeni comes in 93 1/2 laps ahead of Mike Stoffmill. What a scrub!
I mean, is he even still part of ESR, or is he so embarrassed by that loss, you know?
I think he dropped down to the third level of whatever it is,
He
Division 3.
in race 2 it was Ali and Riccobeni.
Prince Ali, something in
And
lyrics.
this time it's a BMW on pole, I can see that much. And a Mercedes in second place. The Mercedes, I think, might be Johnny Major. No, would not be Johnny Major. Johnny was further back.
Juanito Mayor.
Medeiros and Taylor.
Medeiros and Taylor.
All aboard the pain train.
Martin Edmonds has found his starting talents.
Isn't that like literally the difference between half a foot and not?
3 wide through Druids, very nice.
You should literally line up right next to third, so all you have to do is
It's a
like,
wonderful
go a
view.
foot ahead. Put him in the wall!
Martin, you
Edmonds
got the start
rubs out
down.
Wayne Medeiros.
Uses the poutine lube all the way to the front.
To take the lead from the BMW M Team Benghazi. That's interesting.
Benghazi,
Benghazi.
not to be confused with Small Ghazi.
Or possibly Big Ass, spelled with Z's.
Hey.
Oh, well, clearly I gotta cheer for Leandro Carroll. He races for MM Motorsport.
That does sound
I don't recall.
perfectly reasonable. Paul Riccobene about to put the Muhammad Ali into the corner and beat the shit out of his ribs. Do not fall for rope-a-dope.
Leandro Carroll mastered the classic DTMs.
Very fast. Uh-oh. Stoffmule going around the outside.
Mike Stoffmill in the Mustang going around the outside of Clark Curve. Vague insanity. Three wide through Paddock Hill Bend. If you guys pull this off, I mean, I'll have to say nice things about you. They lived, but it doesn't look like they actually held up the three wide idea.
I would say one of us pulled it off.
I would gonna suggest Mike Stoffmill may have pulled out of that.
Yeah, there's a little contact between Stoffmule and was it Ali? They had a little bit of contact, and I snuck up the inside.
Very nice.
Very nice. Sneaky. Opportunistic. Much like your sim fighter.
Random reverse hook kick for the win.
I mean, if you can force someone to go wide at Paddock Hill Bend, it's an easy pass.
Yeah, he didn't waste any time.
Next on his list is Alejandro Siveria.
I don't see any druids still. I mean, I'm a little sad.
I think we've established there are no druids, unfortunately.
We are druidless. It's a shame that Raceroom does not have the full Brands Hatch circuit, because that's a very nice looking circuit.
It is mind-boggling they don't have it. Oh, I didn't know about that.
Grotesque.
Stoffmill given the cold shoulder by Alejandro Silveira.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that was more of a hot shoulder.
Well, no, it was cold. It was frozen.
Oh yeah, I want to
very
bet.
weird. Mind you, I hear there's a GT4 BMW coming out, so I'm hyped for that. I'm clamoring to get a GT4 car because we don't have any. Exactly. They are lies.
All I can hear in my brain is GT Snow Racer and continue on.
The GT4 is a lie.
I had a couple. I think
We
we
had
broke
4.
one going off a jump.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, we never broke any despite having 4 kits.
It's because you people are tiny
mean-
and scrawny.
I mean, the GT4 did break Kyle, but I mean,
Hey, that's not surprising. Speaking
not
of
a-
hollow bones.
it's not impressive. Yeah, well, our yearly tradition of, oh, welcome to the cottage. I see Kyle has broken his arm again.
That boy got problems.
I mean, yeah.
Dun-dun.
I don't think he's got it yet, though, but I mean, it is you he's fighting with, so you would know better.
Martin's really drunk at this point. He had 2 or 3 wine coolers.
But you're winning! But you're winning!
Try to keep winning.
He was.
You should always fight for the lead. I'll give Stoffmill an exceedingly hard time if I'm winning.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna slow that bitch down all the way.
Like
till
if he's
the
on a
difference between second and last place is gonna be like a second.
like if he's on a recovery drive after he's been taken out or something, and I'm like in 14th place, I'm not gonna fight for that. But for the lead, we talking about first place here.
We're not talking about
a
practice.
win. We're not talking about a top 15. I could.
Well, I mean, that sounds like a whole bunch of quitter talk right there.
You didn't even try.
That was straight up like you just rolled over, showed up your belly. Man. And to think I let you shoot my shotguns.
I think you need to like sterilize the shotguns just to make
gonna
sure that they haven't been harmed.
I'm gonna get the isopropyl alcohol, some cotton swabs, and get down to business.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my cousin's gonna get tickets to the Toronto Wolfpack game, and I'm gonna get to teach him how rugby works. That's gonna be fun.
Nice.
That
First of all-
Mustang is just crushing it right now.
Wow, it's got that typical Mustang Ford grit to bring to the table.
And lack of cornering.
Lots of audio. Alejandro
These cars do sound
Silvara
great when you're driving them.
on the tail of Guillermo Taylor. Little Argentine on Argentine crime. Oh, they both got themselves a spot, though, because Wayne Madero softened the grass there.
Waiting the hedge clipper Medeiros.
I'm a big fan of GTs, any kind of GT car, touring cars. Open wheelers are fine. Prototypes are fun, but I suck in them. Even more so than usual.
He's a big fan of the 1972 stock station wagons.
Yes.
If you like the touring cars, I'm surprised you don't like these DTM 92s. They're very similar, just more
They
fun.
have the instability of a touring car without the advantage of being front-wheel drive, though.
Oh, see, I don't find that being an advantage.
Well, front-wheel drive is both an advantage and a disadvantage. It's a disadvantage for a lot of reasons, but, well, as there was a nice overtake right there while I was talking by Alejandro Silvera on Guillermo Taylor. Very nice. But the advantage is that since a front-wheel drive car can be corrected by the application of the throttle, I don't mind the fact that they're so unstable. They're fun in that way. The DTMs are unstable without that correction ability.
I gotcha. Makes sense.
It sounds like you're just a big old quitter.
Which is not
I
an
got
anti.
that too.
Which is not an anti. Well, it's not an anti DT. Well, here's the thing: if I wasn't playing soccer, I'd be out here racing with you guys.
Sounds like you need to take up a more manly excuse than falling around like an Italian.
I don't fall around like an Italian. Let's be real.
I play soccer, which equals naps on a lawn chair.
Good battle
I
between
play,
Rick and
I
and
play
Edmonds.
soccer in a fashion
Get
worthy
up,
of the
get
ground
up,
racer.
Get a ball! Get a
Paul getting that second place off of Martin Edmonds. Top admin spot.
Didn't even need to put you in the wall.
Boom.
And the gap widens. Oh my god. Oh, look at it. Oh, the gap's so long. Oh, it's so long and girthy. No, I've been watching you close the
we
gap
are
for a
just
while.
we are just very disappointed at your lack of defensive driving, Martin.
Pretty much.
Frankly, that was too easy.
Oh, actually, Martin, I got one for you. The next time your cable cuts out during hockey, I need you to immediately go on the computer with your Photoshop skills and put up a Habs and Shaw movie poster.
Mauricio Delgado getting really wide there through Druids, as he is fighting with Muhammad Ali over
Muhammad Ali.
ninth place.
Sorry, what?
Still no Druids at Druids.
That's true. I see a lot of fucking buses. I see fucking. I see no monoliths, and I see no sickles and no mistletoe. What the f?
So
Mauricio.
Lucky
Snobbeel's
Chop.
1 second behind Edmonds with 3.5 to go. This is interesting.
Dun, dun, dun.
Stop, no coming.
Barton pulls a breaky left turn in the middle of a straightaway for no reason.
If you come at the king, you best force him off the track.
Do it.
I did not say to brake check. I said you just need to go to the Mike Magus School of How to Make a Train.
Make that booty as wide.
Look at the speed of
I
that
mean-
Mustang. It's ridiculous.
That Mustang is going to eat you alive, Martin.
Wah, 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 wah. Oh, he goes off in the gravel. Man, what the fuck?
Gave you the cold shoulder even, and then got down the inside of Druids.
Martin's putting a good fight up here, though.
You got
Martin-
out-quartered by a Mustang.
Martin is putting up a fight.
Look at that.
It's like
That's
it's
some great
like,
driving.
It's like Martin found his balls for this one. Yay! Oh, I have balls.
Not all the brains all the time, but the balls. Not in question.
That Mustang is just so powerful.
I had some lovely fights at Chang and raced pretty well, considering I wanted to vomit for half the race. I don't know why you got to get harsh at me.
Chang, chang, chang.
Did you take
Chang
ayahuasca before the race?
And then did lose the fight at the end with about 2 laps to go on the whole vomiting situation.
Well done, Paul. Well done on the tie back with the
Yeah, a
original.
little call back there. Thank you.
Excellent. Well done. I applaud you. We were talking about some DTM versus DMT earlier, and it got off in the weeds a bit before the opening sprint to the first turn.
ESR commentary team in the weeds? Never.
Weeds
Yeah, without
indeed.
Mike here, things really were. We weren't even looking at the race.
No.
Lucky Chop doing a great job of fighting with Mauricio Delgado there. But Delgado has got the job done. You know what? Johnny Major probably will just take this 8th place because his first 2 races were not very good. This 8th place is much better. He's still thinking about it, taking a peek down the inside of Druids.
Get him!
I must say, actually, the stewarding work appeared to be very light for this race. I believe only 1 penalty given.
1 penalty. It's amazing for a track of this size.
I don't think they did. I think that, honestly, I think that Medeiros just kind of lost the front end. Rochelle Guerin has pulled Dixon Hurst down to less than a second, so that might still be a showdown yet for 12th. And
Showdown, a throwdown. Hell no, I won't slow down.
I think that's the only real battle I'm really thinking we got here, because, I mean, as much as Lucky Chop is within a second of Mauricio Delgado, he recently lost that position. So I don't think he's really got anything, but maybe Wayne Medeiros can come back at Johnny Major.
Nope.
Rochelle has got the gap down to about 5/10 of seconds, so she's taking 2/10 out of Dixon Hurst this lap. Now, the unfortunate thing is with only 1 lap to go, that's not enough time, because she's got to take, about 6/10 back still. But if Hurst makes a mistake, that could open the door for the Mercedes driver.
Agreed.
So your race winner, Leandro Carroll. And I imagine Paul Riccobeni and Mike Stoffmill have claimed their spots on the podium.
The Pablito Ricardo Bongo with. Did you finish in the top 3 in all 3 races?
No, 7th, 1st, and 2nd.
Nice. Yeah, the first one's all a blur at this point for me.
Mauricio Delgado finishing the race there, rounding up the top 10 ahead of Lucky Chop. And then it is Dixon Hurst and Rochelle Guerin with Toby Howard a lap down.
Mike Stoffman with fastest lap. Surprise, a fucking prize. Although he didn't have the fastest lap on any other race.
Not by much, though. It is only by 0.02 of a second over Leandro Carroll. 46.531 versus 46.552. Pardon me, 0.2 of a second.
I think it probably took Stoffmail most of 3 races to come together with that fastest lap. If I might be wrong about that. I don't know if there's a way to statistically look that up.
There is a way to do that.
I'm hedging my bets and hunching that probably it took him most of 3 races to come up with that fastest lap.
Well, let me see.
I wouldn't
didn't
be
have it in the
surprised
first
if
two.
Leandro had the fastest laps in the other 2 races.
All right,
Yeah,
so let's
he
see
definitely
here.
had it in one, definitely.
All right, so DTM series, I can answer this question with the log file. Okay.
Do it. Hurry up.
So while Mike's looking, the current standings for the top 5 are Carroll, Riccobeni, Stoffmeal, Silvera, and Edmonds.
Ooh.
You think? Yes, because that's in race 1. There's points for qualifying. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I reviewed it all. The only adjustment needs to be made is a penalty for Delgado.
So I'm looking up the fastest lap for both of the opening races. And the answer for best lap in race 1 or race 2 was Leandro Carroll. And in race 1, it was
Leandro Carroll.
probably Leandro Carroll.
Julio.
Leandro Carroll. But the fastest lap overall did go to Mike Stoffmill. That 3rd race was the fastest one. So Mike does get that bragging rights despite the lack of a race victory.
But can you tell exactly which lap that those
I
showed
can. I can.
Because I just want to know about Stoffmeal. Like, how long did it take him to come up with the fastest lap?
It's just going to take me a slight moment here. Unfortunately, it's not on the same page.
And whose fault is that?
Chris Ratke's, technically.
Oh, well, I mean, Jesus, man, get your shit together.
The fastest lap of the entire race was set on lap number 11 by Mike Stoffmill. That was about halfway through the 3rd race.
Very nice.
Good night.
Get out.